2, 1. Good morning, you hear with me, Stefan Lehman, here in Klopper Park. I'm from Bedford Edenvale newspaper, Caxton Local Media. I'm here with Councillor of Ward 92, Clr Kade Guerreiro. There's been an alleged land grab attempt here this morning, correct, Councillor?
Absolutely. Very scary situation.
Yeah.
We must have had about 150 people from one of the neighbouring settlements, and they arrived this morning and started marking the land as to where they were going to now put up the a new settlement.
Yes, sir.
Obviously, thank goodness, the community of Klopper Park sprang into action, and obviously we got security, SAPS, EMPD, anybody that could help us.
Yeah, even the local CPF was here.
Yeah, so local CPF was here, and we were able to obviously disperse the crowd, explaining to them that it is illegal to occupy land, and obviously as the residents of Klopper Park, it's the last thing that they need is for a settlement to be put up on this land.
Yes, here in Welcome Street. And now, Councillor, you mentioned that this was not the first incident something like this had happened in Klopper Park. Was there a similar incident recently or previously?
Absolutely. So it's not recent. It was before my time,
okay.
But also the same people arrived, started marking the stands, and obviously again the community got involved as we've done today, and yeah, it's a huge concern because there's a right way of doing things and there's obviously a wrong way, and it is illegal to just start occupying land. You can imagine a big piece of space like this. You can easily have 10,000, 20,000 houses that get put up, and residents of Klopper Park don't want something like that.
No, of course, I can imagine. It bring a lot
is
of
obviously from our side why we have taken the initiative in terms of our IDP to request for housing for our local settlements. So the Hendville area is basically right behind us here, and there's a big piece of land there. Ekurhuleni has earmarked it as to be a future project for local development in terms of government housing. So by coming and taking a piece of land like this, you're going to negatively affect this community.
Yes, sir. And now I wanted to find out, sir, the land that was attempted properties or demarcated, the land that was demarcated, is it private or is it municipal properties?
So it's all of the above.
It's a mix.
It's 3 stands in total. 1 does belong to Ekurhuleni and 2 are private. So obviously from the Ekurhuleni side, I will be sending a report through directly to the mayor, basically informing him of the situation. The community has called for a community meeting which will take place this Friday, where we will be able to now unpack what has happened.
And that's at Sizwe Secondary School,
and that'll
correct?
be at Sizwe Secondary, 4 p.m.
4
where we
p.m.
will be able to obviously unpack this, and hopefully the officials such as the mayor, the city manager, speaker of council, and relevant HODs will be able to come along and tell us, obviously, what is happening and how they can mitigate these problems. For the sake that as a councillor I represent the greater good of the community, but there is still a right way and a wrong way, and doing something like this is totally illegal.
Yes, sir. And now, just last question, I just want to find out, you said these individuals were from a local neighborhood, a local community. Which community was that, sir?
So most of them have come from the Mabondeni settlement, which is in Elandsfontein, and a lot of them have come from the wetland, which has obviously now become the new settlement.
There by Sizwe Secondary School.
Also by Sizwe. So basically this is the concern, where that piece of land is obviously got this huge problem. It's still got the water underground, it's causing huge problems.
Yes.
Ekurhuleni is trying to now mitigate that, because obviously Transnet wants to take their land back, and I suppose that's why they've come here seeking this land. So obviously this is such a catch-22 situation, because we understand that there is a problem with land throughout Gauteng and throughout the greater good of the country, but there's still a correct way of doing this, and that's why from my side,
got to follow due process.
That's it. So follow due process, and from my side as the councillor, that's why I have requested that we get housing. Now don't get me wrong, should RDPs get built on a piece of land like this, it's something that obviously benefits the greater good, but residents of Klopper Park don't want that here. You
Yes.
know, ideally, a lot of them actually, actually we've had one of our sisters from our local clinic. She said this is an ideal piece of space to get a bigger clinic.
Yeah, to
You know,
expand, have
whereas-
more medical
whereas we land
services.
up assisting the greater good of the community. But you don't just get your start marking. You can imagine people, residents get exceptionally scared very quickly. They get worried. You can imagine people here just want to knife out.
Yeah, the
You know, as I said,
tensions were
you
tight
know,
when I arrived.
Yeah, you start seeing chevron tape coming out and little piles of bricks getting put up. That's a problem. People don't want to see that. So it's a concern, and obviously this is where even down to the like the aspect of the political side. A lot of political parties spoke about taking land and stuff like that. That's a problem because it's not the rule of law. It's not the process that we follow, and it can negatively affect another community we're assisting one type.
No, of course.
So it's good that we do this the correct way. Again, thank you to the CPF, to the security companies, and to the entire community of Klopper Park who came out in their numbers to say, listen, this is not on and we're not going to allow this.
No, that's wonderful. Thank you so much for your time, Councillor. I really appreciate
you.
it.